You know how they say that if you want to hide a magic secret, you should put it in a book? Yeah, you should. I think a lot of magicians own books, but they don't really read them. If we're just meeting, my name is Caroline Raven. I'm a full-time magician and YouTuber, and today I feel like I'm leaning back into my chair in my office. So we're gonna talk about something that is very dear to me, something very close to my heart, and we're gonna talk about reading magic books. We're not really gonna talk about reading magic books. I'm gonna mention it though, but this is gonna be a book review. The book I'm gonna review today is Scripting Magic Volume 1, and the reason I wanted to do this now rather than before is because I also want to mention the book club that I run. So starting in, was it 2020? I think it was 2020 or maybe 21. The end of 2021, I decided that I wanted to read more magic books. So I reached out to some people. We did a Swedish book circle for Tarbell Course in Magic Volume 1. And then after posting this online on social media, everybody was like, how can, not everybody obviously, even though we are now 1,000 members in the book club. That's crazy. A lot of people reached out asking how they could join, because it was in Swedish, obviously. So I ended up doing this in English instead. I call this The Magician's Book Club. We meet every Sunday at 7 p.m. Sweden time, so that's Central Europe time or Central Europe summertime if it's in the summer. And now we're coming back after a short break and gonna read Scripting Magic Volume 2. And that's why I wanted to just briefly talk about Scripting Magic Volume 1 and how great that actually was. You already script every trick that you do, it says in the book. And I 100% agree with this statement. If you have done a trick more than 3 or 4 times, you know exactly what you want to say. Mostly, you do know exactly what you want to say. The more you keep doing this, you kind of figure out what works and what doesn't. So why not just write it down and make sure that the script becomes more fluent, more you, less, than it needs to be. I've been a full-time magician for many years now, and in the beginning, I have to say, like most magicians, a lot of pros as well, I was hesitant of what it would be like to actually sit down and write down my script, because I was like, yeah, but everything needs to be so like inspirational and like, what is the word for that? Not inspirational, what is the word? What is the word? Why am I so Swedish today? I wanted it to be very improvised. Like I wanted the show to feel as authentic as it possibly could, and I thought that scripting the show would kind of endanger that in a way. And how wrong was I? Like seriously, if you ever wrote your script down and you know how wrong I was. Because when you have a script, it feels like you can now relax and like go all the way around, and then you're confident that you can come back to where you were. All of my jokes are better now. All of the things in between the tricks, like everything that weaves into making sure that the show is actually good. Because I feel like a lot of magicians before writing a script, it's very like, here's a trick, here's a trick, here's a trick. And most of the time you will have somewhat of a script for every trick, but you don't really have a script for what's coming in between. And when this really occurred to me that this was something that I had to do for my shows was when I was doing Where the Magic Happens on videotape. Like I was doing this live streamed in May 2020. And if you remember, there was a pandemic in 2020 and I wasn't allowed to have people in a theater, obviously. So I ended up renting a 1,120 seat theater, and I had 11 friends come in, 5 cameras, and a live TV production team, and we live streamed the show all over the world. The show is here on YouTube, so you can see it, it's right up here. And when I was creating that show, it became very clear to me that I need to script what's happening in between the tricks. Since it was live, it was like on a video, I wanted the quality for the entire production to be super high, which meant I needed to mic everybody who came up on stage. We didn't have 12 mics, including me, so we ended up having to mic them as they were walking up on the stage. And I didn't know who I wanted to pick for the show, because I'm very spontaneous. And so I brought them up as I was thinking, you're gonna be great for this and stuff. So, except for the very first trick, we mic'd him running up because I knew that I wanted to use him for the first trick because I didn't have that many options to choose from. Thank you, Matthias, for helping with the show. That was great. That came very clear to me that since we have to mic on and off people, I need to know exactly what I'm saying. One book that really helped me with this is Scripting Magic Volume 1. We're, as I said, gonna go into Volume 2 quite soon. Even though I didn't have this at hand when I created the Where the Magic Happens, the online version, I feel like all of the techniques I kind of knew because I've done this so long. But what is so great about this book is that it's not just about the actual stuff about you sitting down and writing down the shit you want to say. It includes so many scripts from working professionals out there and a lot of great interviews about what it's like sitting down and taking your magic to the next level. I want to be the channel here on YouTube, the go-to place for everybody who wants to take their magic more seriously. And one thing that you can really do is to make sure that you actually script your shows. It's gonna make a huge difference. Pete McCabe, the author of this book, he came on to do an interview with us for the Magician's Book Club, and he said he's gonna come back for the second one, and I really hope he will, because it was such a fun and giving interview. He was so generous during the interview, and I feel like that kind of keeps going on in the book as well. He's giving way more than you could think that you would need from something like this. So when you sit down and actually create your script, I think this is amazing. So you sit down and create your script, and if you haven't already started writing down everything you do, here is my pro tip. Bring your camera, bring your phone, and just record the audio. And there is so many ways for you now to, like, for free or for like $0 or $0.50 or whatever, to use AI tools to transcribe your show. And so then you will have a script, and then you will start working. And in the book, he has so many different like pro tips on how to make this more professional and how to structure it better and to actually make it something that you should keep coming back to and you want to keep coming back to because you want to up your level for your magic show. So enough about talking in the past, what I've done. Now we're gonna talk about what I'm gonna do. So this is Scripting Magic Volume 2. I am super excited to read this. It's brand new. I haven't even opened it or dropped it yet, so that's disaster. I'm really excited. So The Magician's Book Club is up and running again, August 20th, 2013? 30? No, how old am I? So The Magician's Book Club is up and running again, starting on this Sunday, August 20th, 2023, if you're watching this in the future. We're gonna start with Scripting Magic Volume 2, and I'm so excited. I cannot wait, and I would love to see you guys there. If you haven't already joined the Facebook group, I'm gonna leave a link in the description below. If you want the meeting links, like the actual invites to the Zoom meetings, you're gonna have to email me at themagiciansbookclub@gmail.com. That email address is also in the description below, so make sure you join us on this amazing journey where we read 12 books every single year. I hope to see you soon. Take care. All the best. Bye.